Oh.
Well, I think we'll leave it there then.
Hello, welcome back to New Dram Drinker, and I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I think I say that at the beginning of most videos, don't I?
Pretty much.
I'm so excited I've swung my chair around.
So, let me ask the question I always ask you. Why are you so excited today?
So today I opened one of my Christmas presents. It's
And
the
where are we
beginning
now?
of June. But I've been savouring this.
I have no idea why she's been saving it, because you can buy it off the shelf. It's not like anything crazy special.
This is my Gordon Macphail Discovery Series Bunnahabhain 11.
Yeah. Now, we thought we'd reviewed this, to be honest, but then we realised that we'd done one of our mini Christmas reviews
so,
of it,
yeah.
which were like, a couple of minutes long. So we thought we'd come back and do a proper review of it and see why Nicola loves it so much. But it has been a while since you've tried it.
Oh God,
so you've had a lot of whiskey since then.
Yes.
So
imagine if I drink it now and I hate it.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Will you still be as kind of enthralled with it as you was? What? When did you last have this, like, properly? Would you say?
idea. Absolutely no idea.
When was the last bottle you had? Was it Christmas or?
No, so you bought me this one for Christmas, and we probably hadn't had it for maybe 6 months
Yeah,
before
so it's
then.
been a while. So who knows? It could all go wrong.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right. Let's go for it, shall we? We've already poured some.
Look.
You've got yours there. Oh, our chairs just spin. I think they're getting old. And every time we want to go one way, they send me the other way.
Is it just that we're getting
Yeah.
old?
Right, so there's your.
Hang on, can we talk about the bottle?
True,
you did
yeah,
the.
Go on then.
go on.
Yeah, I suppose
Do
we
the
should
bottle
talk
first.
about the bottle first, shouldn't we?
Look at that bottle. It's so beautiful. And it comes in a big purple tube. Discovery Series. There's a few others. I probably should buy some others, but I just like this one so much. I
Well,
did.
when you like one, you tend to go back to it, don't you? So what do you like about the bottle?
I just love the etching. It's not a sticker, it's actually etched into the bottle. I think it's quite contemporary. It's the purple and the rose gold. It just stands out to me. It literally just stands out to me.
I like the little kind of recessed
Yeah.
badge in the top, the
Yeah.
Gordon Macphail badge. I think that's a nice touch.
Yeah.
I like the fact that the bottle is its own shape as well. It's got its own kind of presence on the bar. It doesn't meld in. It doesn't look like another bottle that
It was
someone
a
else has
lovely
used.
experience to open. It's like there's a seal.
Yeah.
The seal, doesn't it say the seal of perfection or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like
it's
the
the pursuit.
Pursuit of perfection. I knew it was something like that.
So, I mean, it's lovely. It's just a nice bottle. It's got like a chunkier bottom on it, and it's just got a nice... It's a nice presence. It's got like a nice stance, the bottle itself. Just nice. So, can we get onto the liquid now?
Yes.
Let's go for it.
Well,
So
you've given us 2 different coins today.
we have got 2 different coins here because I thought we'd share the love a little bit more. Who's yours?
The Whiskey Chaps.
Great couple of guys. We've done a few tweak tastings with them, and
They have a website.
they're doing great, to be honest.
Lots
They're
of
all
reviews
over
on
social media and things like that. So check them out if you can.
Yeah,
And I'm sure they kind of request for people to send in their tasting notes for whiskies that you've got, so you can get in touch with them, and they'll kind of put it on their website and things like that. So they're doing loads, and they're really prominent in the community at the
And they
moment,
are exactly what they say on the tin. Even the back of the coin says, just 2 chaps sharing whiskey notes.
Yeah.
It's literally what they do.
And mine is from Charlie at Whiskey Freedom and Whiskey, and it is actually her name is on socials is Kinogot, which I can never say correctly, but you can see, so you can find her. Have a look. Lovely lady. She's crazily kind of active with all social media and whiskey clubs and things like that. I know she's a member of a few. She's got her own coins now, so check her out. Share the love, and we have took them both off these drams. So let's see.
Look at the colour.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? Is it non-chill filter?
I have no idea, but I've taken some photos and they are just beautiful. The colour is beautiful.
So it doesn't say anything on the front. Sherry cask matured. Can't see if it says, doesn't actually mention if it's non-chill filtered or coloured. So, no. Doesn't say, so we're just going to go with that. We don't know on that.
But it is a beautiful colour. And it smells even more divine.
But if it is natural colour, it's a gorgeous colour. Really rich. Really, really nice colour. So, what do you think? Can I ask you a question on that topic? Because obviously we don't know. Just looking at the bowl and things like that. I'm going to have a look at the tube as well, just to see if it's anything more. I'm asking this question.
There's loads of info on the back.
Does it bother you?
Not in the slightest.
Either way.
No.
I was hoping that you'd answer that question a little bit longer while it gave me a chance to read the.
I'm going to tell you why.
Bottle,
because if this is uncoloured, you're going to say, "My goodness me, look at how much stuff has come out of the cask." That's what the whole point is, isn't it? Yeah. That's lovely. However, I have learned over the 2 years of drinking whiskey that colour does not equate to flavour, literally. So it doesn't bother me now. I think I probably would have fallen into the same trap non-whiskey drinkers do fall into when you go to buy a gift. You buy probably the darkest one on the shelf because you think that's got the most flavour in it. So I'm going to say no. The colour to me, you know, if you say it's all natural, and I might look at it and go, wow, that's amazing. But it's not going to, I'm not going to have a predisposed thought about flavour versus colour, because I've learnt in the past some of the clearest whiskies I've had have the biggest punch.
And we'll do like you do. We'll watch YouTube reviews of people who are better at it than us and take their opinion. If they say it's a good whiskey and we get to it looks like water, I'm not going to complain.
No,
I'm not
it's not
going
to stop
that
me.
Should be dark brown to make me want it. If it's if they've reviewed it and said it's good, that's good enough for me. Doesn't matter.
It really, and most of the whiskey, a lot of the whiskey we buy is in green bottles anyway. So you can't tell the colour when you buy them. So I'm really not that bothered in the slight. It's not going to add anything to me.
We love our whiskey, but we're not, I don't want to call it geeky, because it's not geeky, because you're allowed to if it's an issue for you, it should be an issue for you.
We're not overly particular.
We're not that bothered if we've never been able to try the whiskey in any different format to know the difference. So if they haven't changed their process, which I know some brands have done recently, then that can be an issue. But if we've never been able to try a different version of it, then we don't know any difference.
You get what you get, don't you?
And we just accept it. That's the way it is, and that's all we can do, isn't it? So let's get on to the nose. And now, don't be led with the fact that you presume you love
I'm
this.
not. I've smelt it and I still love it. Smell it. Smell it and tell me that's not Christmas cake in a glass. Oh my God, it's like the Christmas cake your mum used to make, and she pours all of the sherry over the top. It's just sherrylicious.
It's almost like you want to set fire to it, like the Christmas pudding in it, and the flames all coming up out of it.
It is instantly sultanas, but like really juicy, it literally alcohol soaked.
The Christmas cake, isn't it? You know, it's like.
But I'm also going to say there is a. It's not bitter, but it's you know when you have a vanilla pod or vanilla extract, not essence, the actual purest form, and it has that. It's not bitter, but it's not it's not sweet. I get that as well, the vanilla. You can't move away from anything else.
Isn't that strong? What is it? ABV wise, 43%. So you wouldn't expect it to be, but it's definitely not. Doesn't overpower any of the flavours, does it?
I think there's a slight cask note, which again could be from the sherry.
There's like it's that word. There's a slight funk there, isn't there? Only very slight. But like it's hard to get your head away from the Christmas pudding.
It's vanilla extract.
It really is hard
it's
to
just delicious on your nose. I wonder what it tastes like. What do you think it tastes like? It's probably been a year since I've tasted it.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, so again for me, coming off the nose being so Christmas cake heavy, there's that dip. So it kind of goes, your nose is give you all those expectations, and you taste it, and initially it dips down again, but then rises back up. I would say it rises, we did it similar to the Rasa, wasn't it, with that dip down. This one, I would say, goes back up, but it goes back up to the notes that you had on the nose. Yes, whereas the Rasa was a different set of notes completely, wasn't it? This just goes straight back into Christmas. I'm at Christmas.
Do you know what I'm going to say? This might surprise you. So obviously, a year ago, the whiskies I was drinking are different to the whiskies I can drink now. And you will all know that I'm drinking more peated, more smoky. I'm going to say this is absolutely gorgeous, it is. Full disclaimer. However, I'm going to say I don't think I could drink a lot of this. No. Because it's so sweet. It tastes so sweet.
No, I would say this is, to me, probably... I'm enjoying this more now than I think I did when we first had it, because I think the sweetness is... we've said it time and time again, I don't know, retread it, but I've got a sweet tooth. This, to me, I'm almost getting some icing as well. So I'm almost getting like the Christmas, not the Christmas, like a wedding cake. You know, it's the same dark sponge and the raisins and the alcohol that's soaked into the kind of the sponge. But I'm also getting that outer edge of marzipan and icing as well. Definitely, I think it's stunning.
I think when I was first drinking this, maybe whiskey was still quite hard for me to drink, so the sweetness and the sherry notes took all that edge away for me of the alcohol, of the spirit of the whiskey taste. This is gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but I think I'd have a dram and then I'd need to move on to something else.
Do you think that you've almost now grown to enjoy the whiskey as a note, rather than, like you say, having the sweetness overpower it?
Yes. Whereas initially I think that probably made it easier for me to drink. The sweeter the whiskey, the easier it was for me to drink.
Yeah. I would say this is definitely more geared to my palate than yours.
Yes.
I would say.
Isn't that interesting?
Even though I do like peated whiskey. But yeah,
isn't that interesting? I never would have known that.
If you'd have given this as a blind taste and said, is this a favourite of yours or a favourite of Nicky's, I'd have said 100% mine. Yeah. 100%, because of all those kind of sweet notes that you get. It's lovely. But I do love that initial dip. Yeah. Where it goes in, and it's almost like, it's kind of a common theme when these whiskies do this, when the nose notes are so prevalent, then you taste it and you have that dip. There's a split second of, oh no, but then it builds and kind of gets back to where it should be, and it's like, it's
I'm
really
going to
nice.
say, go on,
no, that's it basically.
I'm going to say, so like you said, the initial taste is all of those raisins and I'm going to even say maybe prunes, you know, really deep dark fruits, those juicy dried fruits. There is the powdered icing sugar or the icing, I get that completely. Then when it dips again, I almost feel like that's when I get it's not bitter, but I almost get the vanilla extract, and I think there's chocolate. I think I'm getting chocolate.
Chocolate's a hard note for us to get. We've said this before.
I think the milk chocolate, but it's not the sweet. It is like a deep dark chocolate. There is a chocolate note there, and I think the wood cask. There's a undercurrent of the cask all the way through.
Yeah, it's very nice.
It's beautiful.
Very nice. What do you think on the finish? I think it's a short finish, and it's very similar all the way through. The palate to the finish, it doesn't really change an awful lot. It's almost like it stays the same and just dips away. It doesn't. Sometimes you get a bit more of a pepper on the finish.
I was going to say spices, but do you know what I think it is? It's almost like, do you know brandy snaps? Do you know the brandy snaps, and then they fill them with cream? It's like a gingery. It's just pudding heaven, isn't it? It's like a gingery. Brandy snap.
It is. That's that spiciness, isn't
and I
would,
it? But it's not spicy.
It's not ginger biscuits like we've used before, but this one is brandy definitely the brandy snap, isn't it? Yeah.
And I agree, the finish is not long at all. There's a warmth that carries on, and that sugary, brown sugary, those deep dark fruits, it's still there all the way. I mean, I've probably had 3 sips. I'm going to say the back of my throat is slightly warm,
so
but not
overall.
spirito.
Have you been not disappointed by it, but are you like a little bit like, oh, this isn't maybe what the pedestal I put it up on?
I didn't. Yes, I still love it. I'm going to say, I think before I was probably like, yay, a whiskey I can drink, and I really like it. It is very interesting, but it's very samey.
It's got a soft spot for you because it was a whiskey that 100% helped you on your journey.
Oh my God, and just beautiful. I think it was like I think it was probably my first independent bottler or something, and I think because I asked for it for Christmas, whereas you just turned to bottle whiskey.
And I suppose this is a good question, to be honest. Do you have, sorry, the dog is shaking herself. This is the truth of an uncut new Dram Drinker video.
She's trying to find somewhere, it's quite hot outside. She's trying to find somewhere cool to sit down. She's wandering around.
Do you have whiskies that you had on your journey that you hold at such a high esteem? And
imagine you go back and have them again.
Or you have gone back and tried them and it's not giving you the same experience that you kind of remember it. Because we do it with lots of things, don't we?
I think you move on, don't you?
Music.
Yes.
Yeah, everything at the time when you're enjoying it, it's the best thing since sliced bread.
Yes.
You come back to it years down the line and it's maybe not the experience that you remember it as being. So let us know in the comments if you have any whiskies that you tried that you kind of put up on that pedestal.
I think as well, it's really helpful to go back and try the whiskies that you used
to like.
I
think you should.
Because I think for me, especially I'm on a bigger journey maybe than you are, I think it shows where I work. Like this was probably a huge whiskey at the time. Actually now, it's beautiful and it's lovely, but if I was in a bar, I wouldn't have this again. So I'd have one dram and then I'd be like, oh, I need something different now.
Would you rush to buy another bottle of this?
Depends how long it takes me to drink this one, so probably not. I still would like to try some more in the series. I've said that before. Yeah, I probably wouldn't rush. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I've evolved now. So the really sweet ones, that's probably more true to my actual flavour palate profile. I don't have a huge sweet tooth. We've talked about this before. That's lovely, but very sweet.
Well, we're very much shop whiskey buyers, aren't we? So we love going into a shop and it's seeing them all on the bar, on the shelves, and kind of going, oh, that one there and that one there. And I think this is where we got this one from the shop.
Hard to find,
because you see it on the shelf and you think, oh, that's the. I remember that one. We love that one. Should we try the one that? Because obviously all of its brothers and sisters are next to it. You think, oh, I'll give that one a go. That sounds nice. When you look on Amazon and you're searching for that specific bottle. You don't get to browse the shelves like you do in a shop. That's what we.
I think as well. I'm going to say. So this is from the Bunnahabhain distillery, 11-year-old. I might not have even had a Bunnahabhain before then. This might have been my first Bunnahabhain, whereas now we've always got a couple on the shelf. So it's that interesting note as well. It probably led me to Bunnahabhain. Now I'm trying their core range, and you know what I mean. It's
so it's interesting.
Yeah, good. And there's an independent bottler. Like, love it.
So still a thumbs up.
Still a thumbs up. Huge thumbs up.
Still a thumbs up. I love it, to be honest. It's nicer than I remember, and it's just different to how you remember, I would say. But it's not bad. Definitely give it a go.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's just interesting, isn't it?
Definitely,
to just do that.
I know a few people who've bought it. Not necessarily after our Christmas whiskey review, but I know people who have bought it since, and they have all loved it. Yeah. So definitely give it a go.
If you like a sherry whiskey,
I can't remember the price of it. About £40, I think.
Something like that.
So it's not outrageously expensive. So give it a go. Let us know what you think in the comments. And as usual, thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
And I'm glad it wasn't.
The pleasure's been all mine.
I'm glad it wasn't kind of too bad.
Yeah, no, it was lovely. It was good to revisit, like we said. So
cool. Thank you for watching. My throat's gone.
Need a drink.
Thank you for watching, and we will see you again next week with another review, which I haven't got a clue what it's going to be. To be honest, we're in the dark a little bit.
What shall we review?
What we haven't reviewed before. There's not many up there, to be honest. We've been a bit lax on buying them lately, so perhaps we need to restock the shelves. So thanks for watching again, and we will see you again soon.